Tiny Artist TV Color Palette Challenge, Character Creation Challenge live streams. Today, I am getting started a little bit later. I mentioned that yesterday because I needed some editing. I needed to catch up on some editing. Um, and I didn't mean to start later than late today, but here we are working on character number 60, and today's color palette is Lavender Lemonade. So, once again, I've learned my lesson. I went ahead and did the sketch ahead of time so I can spend most of my time focusing on the line art and the coloring versus trying to do everything in 2 hours. This also lets me create more complex characters. Case in point. So yeah, today's character is this little magical raccoon girl. I don't have a name for her yet. Maybe we'll come up with one by the end of stream. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the line art. Let's see, I'm going to turn off my references. I'm going to turn this down. And I just kind of left this here so you could see what I was working with as far as inspiration. Let's see, I'm going to use a dark purple for the line art so that it goes with the colors that I have here. Turn this back down to 7. I was using it for special effects for the last, oh, you know what? I'm going to use the turnip pen. The last character, I needed the Sino pen to do some magic. The tapered pen. I actually don't hate that though. It's got a little too much crunch. Go for the turnip, go for the turnip. There it is. Maybe I'll use this one for the main character, and then I'll use this one because I do like that it kind of looks like sketchbook doodles. Yeah, that works. Less pointy, more round. And I know I just did another character with star motifs, but how could I look at this color palette and not think of something like cute and dreamy? I was a little thrown off at first though because the color palette is very similar to Lapras, which ended up being part of the Spooky Crew September videos that I did for the color palette challenge. And I did 2 characters for that one. One was a little more whimsical and one was a little more like intentionally scary, because it's hard to make a scary creature with pastel. Usually if you're doing something like that, you want to use like dirty, gritty, like gray and black and like dark reds. But the colors I had to work with was like a couple shades of blue, a light purple, a pale orange, and a pale yellow. So yeah, when I saw this color palette, I was like, did I make a mistake? Did I accidentally put this on the calendar twice or in the generator twice? And it just turns out they are very similar, but this one is more purple. And the Lapras color palette of course, has a little more blue in it. I need my Sino pen to do this. It's a very fine line. Get rid of this here. Back to the turnip pen, there it is. Alright, now let's get started on the character proper. It's a nice little warm up. I'm getting my wrist warmed up for working on this. I'll give her round eyelashes, because a lot of stuff on this particular character is like very round, very cute, very fluffy. So we'll do this. Make her eyelashes look kind of like little hearts. So probably I'll just make this a straight shape. I know this is going to be another very quiet playback for anyone watching the live before I post the recap. But I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. I'm not very good at talking and drawing at the same time. And there's currently no one in the live stream anyway. So I'm trying to preserve my energy for when someone actually does come in. And this is all going to be edited out of the recap anyway. So it's fine. I don't have an entourage to vamp while I doodle. do I have? I have it set to 4. It still looks kind of thick. I mean, it's not bad, but it looks like it's set to something higher. This is effectively just a round pen. Very cute. Let's see. How much time do I want to give myself for the sketch today? I started a little late. I'll give myself 35 minutes. Which means I need to loosen up a little bit. Draw with my whole arm and not just my wrist. Yeah, I'll make this a star and moon. Invert the design. It makes sense that she's a starry guardian, since raccoons are mostly nocturnal. I mean, of course, sometimes you do see them wandering about during the day. Usually, if you're going to encounter a raccoon, it's going to be at 2 a.m. when you're tossing out your old pizza boxes, and there's a crew waiting for you. How has it already been 15 minutes? It's so wild how fast the time just slips by. I don't know why it keeps jumping like that when I'm trying to move it. I gotta figure out what I'm actually hitting to make it do that, because I can't keep having the stream jump like that or the canvas jump like that. It takes a while to get readjusted. This ear needs to move over. Yeah, it's cuter when they're both up, but this is more, I think this is more correct. Well, it's been 35 minutes. I'm still not done with the line art. Are we surprised? Is that everything? Stripes I can just paint in. So that won't be a big deal. Okay. So I'll work on the little side bubbles here. Yes, I will go back to, let's do crunchy pen for that. We do have someone finally showed up. Hello. I won't I won't turn on chat until we get maybe a few more people. But I will, of course, check the messages at the end to see if there was anything I missed. I have an idea of who it might be, but just in case it's not who I think it is, hello. Welcome. I see. Okay, that's this. I'll switch back to the turnip pen for this one. Or maybe I'll keep this as the outline. Still give it that sort of notebook doodle feel. Okay. Looks like I'm done with the lines. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the color. Move this just a little bit closer to where everything is. Set this to reference and just start filling in spaces. Now, of course, it is going to be a little more difficult in here where I have where I have the shading happening, but I mean, pen tool, bucket tool, I'll use whatever I have to. I have an hour left to finish the coloring. And just go ahead and get started then. to use. Yep. Something just a little darker. So I don't think that blue is going to work. I had intended to use the blue with her outfit. This is going to be the eyes and decorations. And then her fur is going to be these two colors. No, that's too light. Just really not in it today. There's a gap. Maybe tomorrow will be a little more interactive. I'm also kind of sleepy. I drank black tea to keep myself awake for yesterday's double streams. Usually, tea doesn't betray me in the way that coffee does. But I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning, unable to sleep. And so, the time that I had intended to use with editing, I ended up sleeping in. So I didn't wake up until about 8:30 this morning, and that gave me an hour and a half to do anything with the sketch or any pre-stream prep, which turned out to be basically just enough time to do what I needed to do, give or take a few minutes. Let's see. Of course, I'll make these yellow. Or should I make them this silvery purple? If I do that, I'm gonna have to... Yeah, this is fine. Because then I can still add some highlights to pump up the shine a little bit. The feet. Their feet are... Yeah, they have little dark toes. Can do this. This is supposed to be like the fluffy part of the raccoon arm, so this is going to be this color. Her gloves, I'll make her gloves orange to match her bows. And then I can make the ribbon yellow, or do I want to make it purple? I'll decide what I like better in a minute. Yeah, the yellow stands out more. So we'll do that. And of course, I will clean this up after I zoom in. See, I have... Okay, I'm at 57 minutes. Not too Not too bad. Of course, that gives me the full hour to do whatever I need to do with the coloring. But this is going to be another flat color and cell shaded, just because it's quicker and it fits with the style of the character. Again, this is obviously very magical girl inspired. The hair, yeah, the hair is going to be purple because it's coming from her head. So that's all of this area. And the buns, I guess I'll make those orange to match the bows and give a little contrast between the stars. So then the ribbons, I will make those blue and yellow. Or blue and orange. I'll make this one orange. I'll make the large ones orange and the small ones blue. Does that work, or does it get lost in the hair? I think that works. It's still readable. It is very close. Let me see how close these actually are. Yeah, but there's just enough of a difference. Of course, this is going to be darker. Peter Pan color is going to be this color, because this is effectively my white. Or, yeah, let's do that, because this is going to be purple, so that's not gonna meet any other light spaces. So this can just be fully blue. I think I'm going to go back over the laces with an auto outline layer and do those in yellow. The yellow and the orange, it's really a toss-up of where they're going. It's basically just a case of where one is, the other won't be. Using this as the shadow is confusing. So I'll need to take this, make it a darker purple, but not that dark. Yeah, have a little bit of saturation. Because this is, since it's more of a lavender, there's more gray in it than any like other pigment. I'll make this orange. I'll make this yellow. I'm scared to zoom in because I know this is going to be so messy if I zoom in too far. Yeah. But I still have plenty of time to clean this up. She looks more involved than the first character I did yesterday, but I think she's less involved than the second character, the Emperor, who ended up taking me after I got off of stream. Ended up taking me another hour and a half, almost 2 hours to finish, just because there were some areas where I was having trouble making decisions. namely in the lighting. Like, I kept adding lighting. I was like, okay, I need to take some away now because there was too much here. And so it was just kind of a situation where I spent a lot of time adding things on and taking things off, when it would have been better served if I just had a more clear vision in my head to just make those decisions off the bat. But that's not always going to happen, of course. I would like it to happen more consistently. But here we are. This is... this is the back of the pin that's holding that in place. I will just make that blue. Oh, clean this up. What am I gonna do about the mouth? I mean, of course it's gonna be pink. I can go ahead and color teeth. This is 100%, so this is as far as I need to zoom in to fix anything. Unless I just want to be really nitpicky. I feel like I'm already doing that. At the very least, this will make it easier to just pick one color and then do the shading and then move on to the next color. Which is definitely what I should have done for yesterday's character. I don't know why. I mean, she's not any more complicated than some of the other characters I've done. I don't know why it took me so long. I kind of just got like stuck in time was not moving in a fashion that I thought it would. Like, the time was just moving so much like quicker. I had less time than I thought to get everything done at the points in which I was looking at how much time I had left. So I was thinking it would only take me 30 minutes to do the line art, and it took me like 45 minutes. And then, of course, I ended up having to finish the coloring off stream. just for like the last little special effects. I got most of the base work done. Okay, sandals. I'll make those orange. Most of her clothing is orange, and the accents are yellow. It's blue, just to break that up a little bit. These, of course, will be yellow. I'll make a couple of them orange. I'll make this one blue. I'll make these purple. I'll make this one blue. And this one can be yellow. It's so small, I need it to be bright to really stand out. This needs to be cleaned. But at the very least, I have... Yeah, these are two different. Not TOO, but TWO. Because I want it to read as shadow and not as a darkened pattern in her fur. So this is going to be in this section. Oh, come on. I guess I could just do it as... There we go. Trying to keep it moving. I'm at 1 hour and 10 minutes. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to go ahead select this, and then use white. So it's here. And here. Ooh! Is there a gap? Why did that fill that way? Yeah, there's a very teeny tiny gap. I'm just gonna have to do that by hand. But that's okay. And then I'll add in a little bit of... Well, if these are both... See, the idea was to use this to shade that part and keep that part dark like that, but I think that's a little It's reading a little unclear. So we'll do this instead, and then just move. I mean, the stripe can still be right here. Just need to move that upper part down a little bit. But then this needs to become this. And the same for here. Okay. Oh, the lapel pins. Those are going to be yellow. And then finally, the mouth. I guess I can, whatever. It's going to be pink. I can just pick whatever pink works best. We're going to brighten that up. A little bit smaller. Okay. And then I guess I can use that same pink to do the hearts. Oh my goodness, I knew that was going to happen. There's this huge gap right here. Okay. I suppose I can make this yellow. This is going to need to be closed. Here and here. So I can close that gap there. Okay. At an hour 15. I think everything has been cleaned up. I still need to do the laces on the corset. I think that'll stand out the most if I do them in orange. And then maybe do like highlights on the laces in yellow, just to kind of make them look shimmery. Does this read? Oh, it does. I mean, it's very, yeah, even from here you can see it because that orange is so punchy. I think if I did the yellow it wouldn't be quite bright enough. Go ahead and add in a little bit of highlight there. So now I need to start picking my shadow colors. Make sure I have everything. This is white. The edge of the face is white. Okay. So I'll fix that. I thought there was something missing. I wouldn't have put this here if there wasn't, a reason. This is almost reminding me of, so back when Sly Cooper was popular, I made a Sly Cooper OC She was a raccoon, like, ninja assassin, and she was supposed to be in, like, game 3. I didn't even know they were making a sequel at the time, so I was, like, mad excited when they did actually make a third game. Of course, it was completely different from what I was imagining, but she wasn't nearly this cute. She was a super serious character, because she was a ninja assassin, so she had to be super serious. I think I must have been in, like, 7th or 8th grade when I made this character, so typical middle school behavior. Hmm. I'm gonna fix those eyes. I want to keep the yellow as the highlight, but I want to make this darker, and then of course I'll use this to shade any other sections of orange that I have. Put this in shadow. I can go ahead and shade the underside of the gloves here. And I'll just use the fill tool for that. Okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, color. Anything else? The shoes. Is that all the orange? Looks like it. Alright, next I'll do the purple just because that's like the biggest section, and I do already have a color for that. It's this one here. Start with the hair. Everything's just sort of very round and fluffy and cloud-like. Very dreamy. What am I looking for? Since I have quite a bit of this already finished, I do want to at least get these also taken care of. I should have started the other way. This will be blue. Since she's sleeping. And then of course the orange one, not the orange, the angry one will be orange. Since that's the closest thing I have to a red. And these I'm letting be a bit messy, and just to kind of make it look more doodly. Where's the gap? I see it. Okay, icons are done. Let's get back to the main character. The yellow, that's what's next. And here, down at the bottom of the bells where the cross hatching is. Let's make this a little bit smaller so I can get in the nooks and crannies. At an hour 32. Is there anything that I wanted to do that I've forgotten about aside from the lighting and shading? So of course I still need to do the shading in this part of the skirt and the shirt. So I'm going to be picking a light blue for that as opposed to like a gray. Because I think this is actually, it's a light purple. But I don't want it to be in the same range as this because these are pretty close. So I'm just going to do that as a light blue instead of a darker version of what this color actually is. I haven't shaded the blue yet. I'll do that next. Everything else in white. There wasn't a lot that I used that particular color on, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. Ooh, too much. A little bit of this. And then that can carry over under here. Yeah, it looks like the blue. I'm gonna make this purple instead because this is too close. Like, these are two separate articles of clothing, and it would be nice to be able to tell the difference from a distance. So we'll do just that. I'm just gonna switch it up. And that orange is still, of course, punchy enough to withstand any other colors that I could throw at it, at least within this palette. Yep, that's better. Just gonna fix the shading in the corset, which, of course, this was originally blue, so it wouldn't have been done at this point. Interesting that this... Maybe I should have made the tolerance a little less sensitive, because it caught some of the orange. I'm surprised. Okay, now I'll do the blue. So let's just go down a little bit. Down and over. So I don't want the shadows to be gray. It's nice if they have a little bit of color in them sometimes. Hour 40. I have 20 minutes left. Not bad. I am getting to the end of what I wanted to do with this character. So even though the line art took me a little bit longer than I would have liked it to, I think I'm still going to get everything done on time, which is always nice. And then I can go back to editing. I finished most of one of the recaps last night when I couldn't sleep. But that's the latest one. So that one's not even going to get posted until late. So the one that's supposed to go up today, I started editing and I got about halfway through it. So I have another hour's worth of footage to edit there. And then an hour and a half of footage to edit from the first part of yesterday's stream. And then, of course, the other one, like I said, I was able to get, if not completely finished, at least... Oh, I haven't added the music in. So it's like 95% finished. That's what we'll call it. So, yeah, I have quite a bit to do today after I get off of stream. But it's no big deal. As long as I have my snacks and my music, I'll make it through. That was not the way to go. Shirt needs just a little more shading. It feels flat. Maybe I need to add a highlight. Because if I add more shading, I don't know if that's going to fix the flatness. Sure, that'll work. Just adding in some little bits and pieces. She doesn't need a pattern. She's got plenty. Let me get rid of my little raccoons over here. Plenty going on. Am I done? Not quite. It's just some other small spots of shading. Oh, and then the highlight on the gems. Oh, and these sandals are still messy. Oh, well. I'm glad I didn't call it there. Because that would have been... Well, I don't know that anybody on Instagram is really scrutinizing these to that extent. But I do. And this is mad messy down here. Just gonna clean that up real quick. Get a little highlight on the gems. And I guess the bells could use a highlight too. So I'll go back to that in a minute. I'm just noticing all these little crumbs. Okay, let's see, I've got access to that. I'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and then a pop of white, a little bit brighter. I'll do that on the bells here. I haven't decided what material this is, so maybe it's just kind of plushy. But it's not metal, so that doesn't need any sort of shine. I have 12 minutes left, it looks like. Yeah, what is that doing? Why does that keep doing that? I'll figure it out off stream, so I can stop doing it on stream. It's very annoying. These still need to be colored in. Close that gap. That's orange. All right. As usual, I'll take another look at what's on here before I do the final posting, but I think I am finished for today. I'm clocking it in an hour and 47 minutes, so not bad. I'm gonna trim this edge off just a little bit, but before I do that, I've got to move my references over. Anyway, so yeah, that is the end of today's stream, character number 60. The color palette again was Lavender Lemonade, and that is going to be it. So I'll see you guys next time.